folks, this is Ajha from inspiredtorise.com, and today we are going to discuss about the recently launched Apple's iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus. So guys, let's first talk about the design of the iPhone 7. So it would be available in 5 colors, out of which one is new. It's the jet black color. The jet black model would be the one which has overall glass finish, and the back has the aluminum which merges with the glass very nicely, and it is a beauty to behold. That one is the jet black finish. Jet black finish would be available only in 128GB and 256GB models. And if you keep that one aside and look at the other colors, they are silver, rose gold, and you get another black which is the sand blasted aluminum finish, and that one also looks pretty good. But the jet black color, it's definitely a thumbs up from my side. While the other colors show up the antenna bands, the jet black color is one of those colors, and it's one of those designs where the antenna bands don't show up. The design of the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus with the jet black color shows a antenna band free design, and that one looks really great. And when we get that device in our hands itself, then we would definitely show you how well does it look and feel in the hand. Talking about the software experience itself, the device comes with iOS 10, and iOS 10 would be out soon for almost all of the devices. Later this month, the iOS 10 update would be available to a lot of iPhone users, the previous iPhone users, as well as those who will get their hands on the newly launched iPhone 7. Talking about the home button on the newly launched Apple iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus supports Force Touch. There is the new Taptic engine which allows the users different levels of force and pressure sensitivity, all is being recognized, and you get different levels of vibration feedback depending upon how much effort and how much force did you apply on the home button. Talking more about the design and build of the phone, the iPhone 7 would look almost similar to the previous year's iPhone, but there is another change this time around. The design and build is IP67 water resistant. So the newer iPhone is the first iPhone to be IP67 water and dust resistant, and this means that the new iPhone users would definitely not feel sad about going for the occasional splash in the pool, and if you accidentally drop it in water, you might not get that much damage as you would damage a previous generation iPhone. And apart from all of these factors, the iPhone 7 Plus comes with dual camera. So that's the major design change. The dual camera has a little slight bump up. The housing shows that little bump up on the back for the iPhone 7 Plus, and this design change is only present on the iPhone 7 Plus, not on the iPhone 7. Now let's talk about the camera on the iPhone 7. The iPhone 7's camera is definitely improved from the previous camera, and right now these guys, Apple guys, are touting it as the best smartphone camera ever. Best iPhone camera ever is their moniker. They use it almost all of the time, but they are also saying it to be the best smartphone camera ever. So it comes with the f1.8 aperture 6p lens. It comes with quad LED flash, true tone flash. You get 4 different LED lights inside the LED flash for this one, and they claim that it has got even bigger pixel size than the previous year's sensor. It is a 12 megapixel sensor. On the iPhone 7 you get only one sensor, 12 megapixel sensor, while on the iPhone 7 Plus you get 2 sensors. You get one 12 megapixel sensor which is the wide angle with f1.8 aperture, and the other is the telephoto lens. It works as a telephoto lens. It has a 56mm focal length, and combining both of these with some really good image processing and with some really good software behind the back in the software department with the dedicated ISP, which is the image processor, which is the image processing unit for these devices, you would get even better images, 2x optical zoom, and you get up to 10x zoom with the software mode enabled, and all of these is done on the native app itself. You don't need to install anything else to get these functionalities. And there is a special mode also coming for the iPhone 7 Plus users, which would allow them to get really great bokeh effects, and all of those bokeh effects etc would be available later on via a free download for all of the iPhone users. This time around, the camera sensor supports wide color. That means you are not limited in terms of color space to the sRGB. For those people who are familiar with these words, sRGB is a color space in which a limited number of colors are defined, through which all of the colors that are being shown to you are rendered from that color profile. But the wide color gamut supported by Apple this time around has even wider number of colors, so the amount of detail that you would get from the images is going to be definitely better. And the display also this time around supports the wide color gamut. So all in all, these are all great feature sets, but how well does it compare to the best cameras around? The Samsung Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge have the best cameras on any smartphone right now, and even the Note 7, which was just launched and which has been recalled because of the faulty batteries, that also had a great camera. So we need to see in real world performance, in real world camera samples, how good is the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus cameras, and whether the iPhone 7 Plus with its dual camera sensors is better than the flagships by Samsung or not. So apart from all of this, the front camera also has seen a major upgrade this time around. This is the 7 megapixel FaceTime HD camera, and they have implemented the same wide color gamut technology and also the bigger pixel size sensor on the front camera. So the end user can be assured that with the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus front camera, they are going to get really great selfies. Let's talk about the display quality of the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. The display this time around is 25% more brighter than the display in the previous generation, and this time around it supports wide color gamut, and the contrast ratio etc. also has been improved. So that means that on the same display you would be able to see more colors, more brightness, more vividness as compared to before. And the display sizes are the same this time around also, 4.7 inch for the iPhone 7 and 5.5 inch for the iPhone 7 Plus. And in terms of camera quality, both of the cameras are same on the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus, but the 7 Plus does have dual sensor. So the 12 megapixel sensor, you get another 12 megapixel sensor on the 7 Plus, which gives it additional capabilities as compared to the 7. And both the 7 and the 7 Plus cameras have 3-axis OIS. Good enough. Apple had always been feeble in the audio game. Never ever did I find any iPhone speaker to be impressive, but this time around they have implemented stereo speakers on the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. This is a really welcome addition. I had seen the stereo speakers on several Motorola smartphones and on the Nexus 6P, and trust me, the experience with the stereo speaker is definitely better than that on a back-facing speaker or any other design for that matter. The greatest and the most hated upgrade this time around is the fact that they have omitted a 3.5mm jack and they have included lightning earpods inside the box. You also get Apple AirPods. These are completely new product, and the Apple AirPods have a very unique and weird kind of design. I certainly kind of liked it in a way that it has a directional mic over here, and it feels like someone just snapped off the wires of the Apple EarPod, and you get the directional mic on the bottom. It also has touch sensor supports. It can sense when you try to tap it, and you can use even the single AirPod on its own for just communicating with Siri and giving it voice commands and for listening to other audio while you are at work. So overall, the AirPod concept is really great, and Apple has done away with all of the things related to pairing, unpairing and everything else. All that matters now is just you have to seamlessly connect. The experience, definitely Apple has done what they do best. They just took everything that was already there, they just streamlined the process and made it better. And the lightning to 3.5mm converter is also present inside the box for the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. So that's a welcome move by most of the users, because they are getting the lightning earpods as well as the 3.5mm lightning to 3.5mm connector inside the box itself, and they don't have to splurge much. And already the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus are really heavily priced products. The major difference this time around is in terms of performance. The new Apple iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus come with the A10 Fusion chip, which is a quad-core processor, and it supports 64-bit. And this is the first time that Apple has seriously pushed up cores more than dual core. And When it comes to Apple, we all know that a quad core processor that also 64-bit enabled on an Apple device would definitely mean great performance, and they also showcase this by running few games on the newly launched iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus, and the gameplay experience, textures, etc. were amazing. GPU performance, everything has been really ramped up, and I know this for sure that for a really long period from now, the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus would definitely be the fastest smartphones on the planet. It would take serious chip game, serious optimization, seriously good processor implementations by different other smartphone manufacturers to beat what Apple has done with their custom A10 chip. In terms of battery life, Apple guys have not clearly documented the battery capacity, because when it comes to an iPhone and iPhone 7 Plus, the battery capacity does not really matter. What matters is how well the software is optimized to take advantage of what is already inside the smartphone. There are 4 cores this time in the CPU, and out of these 4 cores, 2 are the low power mode cores, and they are power saving cores, power efficient cores, and the other 2 cores are the high performance cores. So the power saving cores would definitely get you better battery life, and on the iPhone 7 you would get 2 hours more battery life than the iPhone 6s. So guys, those of you who were able to push the iPhone 6s throughout the day, you are getting 2 more hours of battery life, and on the iPhone 7 Plus you would get 1 hour more battery life than the iPhone 6 Plus, which already had a great battery life. So that means that battery life is definitely improved on the newer iPhones. The newer iPhones also support LTE Advanced, which give you download speeds up to 450 Mbps on supported connections and with supported carriers. The pricing for the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus would definitely be same as before. They haven't seriously increased the pricing or decreased the pricing, but what is good is that they have upgraded the storage across all of their lineups. 32 GB, and you get 128 GB and 256 GB. These are the 3 storage models, definitely with 4K video recording and all of the features that the newer iPhones support. We need more storage, and Apple has heard these queries this time around. But Indian users, they are in for a shock, because in India the iPhone would be available only after 8th October. Then maybe we guys would be able to pre-order it, but those of you who have relatives in other countries and friends coming from other countries, go for it. The newer version, the jet black color, and all of the various support sizes make for the 128GB edition of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus to be really a great buy for people who like a smartphone which has almost all of the features that they care about. And the newer iOS 10 would definitely make the newer iPhones a really great choice for everyone. But the fact that it is still a premium product might push some people off the brink, and they would be better with a budget phone. But the iPhone has a premiumness of its own, and I'm not an Apple fanboy, but I love what they did with this product. The iPhone 6s, the 6 Plus, the 6, all were mediocre products. They were good, but they were only minor increments. But the iPhone 7 as well as the 7 Plus, these products are truly game changers, because everything on these products is definitely improved from before. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you liked this one, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Ayuddin Ajha from InspiredToRise.com signing off, folks. Stay inspired.